Hello and welcome, Dirty William here with a Dungeons & Dragons online episode. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the changes in Update 25, and one of them is, at least until, I guess, April the 8th, we're going to have the Crowns of Fires and the Eternal Flasks back at the Remnant Collector, and also Thieves' Tools now stack. Instead of 50, they stack up to 1,000, so that will help a lot. So after I did this, I went to the ship, buffed up, ran down here so I could go to the Temple of Elemental Evil. Now, one thing that's very irritating is I recorded about three episodes, I guess, about a half an hour each, maybe 4. And unfortunately, my audio was not working. I don't know why. It was picking up game sounds just fine, but all of my commentary was not recorded. So go figure. I checked my recording program. It says to record the audio, so I don't know what exactly happened. So this will be kind of pared down and cut to pieces. Unfortunately, you guys will not be able to listen to all of my commentary. Going through on normal just because. First thing I did whenever I zoned in was I wanted to take a look around at the outside of the building to see if there was anything going on, maybe hidden things or something like that. The first thing I did was buff up, and then I brought some hirelings along with me because I was unsure if maybe there's levers that need to be pulled at the same time. I avoided spoilers completely for this update, other than knowing that Temple of Elemental Evil is in 2 parts, and that Will Wheaton is the one who did the voiceover, the DM work for this. I don't know anything about this, so I was going in blind pretty much. So I brought these hires along with me to make absolutely sure that if I needed to pull a lever or something like that, I would be able to do so. So after I got buffed, I went around the outside of the area here just to see if there's anything going on. There are a few mobs that I killed, and not a big deal there. On the opposite side, there were some more mobs, and then there was the small camp. So you can see the dialogue options here of when I was speaking to these guys. Not much interesting, really. It just gives a little bit of flavor. Telephone going off. Just a little bit of flavor, honestly. I didn't think it gave any real background. So after this part, I made my way to the front of the building.
The huge bronze doors are carved with strange runes. It's clear that at some time in the distant past, the doors had been sealed with soft iron. Then, you notice the scratches and gouges that show the seal has been broken, and a cold shiver runs down your spine.
So here we go into the temple.
Then you notice a tall figure ahead. He seems to be studying his surroundings.
So this overgrown workbench, I found out this is like a crafting system. So you get these mushrooms and you can upgrade items, which is interesting, I guess. I was wondering if there was a repeater. I was like, oh, well, let me type in repeater, and there was none. So that got me thinking, oh, this is going to stink because this is my highest level character that I want to have stay at cap. So what in the world is going on? Well, what they've done is they have it split up into a melee weapon group and then a ranged weapon group. On the second page, whenever I go to the next page tab, you'll see that there is something that shows there is, ranged options. And since it is an elemental type of thing, obviously, you have the 4 main elements that you can upgrade these weapons to I guess, different tiers. I didn't get too much into it, obviously, because I didn't know. So yeah, as you can see, there's some ranged options. There are also some melee weapons. There's some armor. Note that the armor is just flat out armor. It doesn't show anything about docents or various kinds of armor. And I think that's just because it saves room in that list. There's no real reason to show all those things. They probably have all the same things, all the same attributes to those armors. So this guy is the one who can repair all of your things. If you're going for the long haul and going through this quest, you can come back to him and he will be able to repair your stuff. He's basically saying, hey, if you want those remnants, go get them. I'm not messing with them because that just doesn't sound like a good deal for me. And there was a lot of fighting going on in this kind of first level. The mobs were mostly orcs and some casters and these cultists. And as you can see in the display over on the right, what I have to do for this quest, my quest objectives, is I need to find a key for the air, earth, fire, and water temples. And then I need to find this guy's chambers. You'll also notice that they have varying degrees of killing mobs, and I think I got up to around 400 or so. And I guess you get XP for each of those. This character is capped, and all my destinies for this character are capped, so I found no reason at all to try and run in anything other than Shirati, because I like Shirati, at least on this character. It would have been better if I could run like a sorcerer or something, just because of all the, procs more and stuff. And I could run Shadow Dancer on this, but I decided not to. I'm breaking some boxes and stuff, just kind of wandering around. A lot of fighting on this level. I did find a couple of red names, and I'll cut to those in just a moment. So I worked my way around and eventually got to my first red-named guy here. And it wasn't too bad of a fight, but I should have just killed this little dude here in front of me right away. One of them I left alive, and he was just irritating as all get out. But it was a Minotaur Shaman, casting most of the spells that you would think. Now this is again on Epic Normal, basically, level 30 quest. As you can see, the guy has a bunch of hit points. If you played a lot of Epics, you've seen guys like this before. It's just a mini boss type of guy. So, as you can see, the proc that I have on my ring, it procs the deception or improved deception, so he's like turning around like, what? So I get some sneak attack damage in on him, which is kind of nice. He doesn't take long to take down. He's one of the easier challenges I faced. There's a little ham thing going off, which I thought was absolutely incredible. That's the second time in as many months as I've seen that, and that's really cool. I left the ham there because I don't really want to pick it all up. I was too lazy. So there's the guy's chest. I go ahead and kill off these guys just so I can loot the chest without being bothered, I guess. And these guys, these minions are fairly low level, at least in my opinion. Even for a level 30 thing, they go down pretty quick. So this is the first chest where I loot some stuff. Have some stuff and things and junk, your normal. This is just random loot. And the only things that I do get is one of these mushrooms, and that is one of the things used in crafting. So that goes into your ingredients bag. And then I also looted this Epic Wand of Wonder. It has 20 charges, and it does something. It doesn't say what. It's like a potion of wonder, only it's a wand, which I think is kind of interesting. That's it doesn't take a really huge leap to make something like that as far as the idea, so why not? So that's kind of neat. The remainder of the hallways that I encountered in this area were Again, just some trash mobs, nothing really special until I got to this room. I usually hit the Q to look around. Okay, there's a chest. What's going on over here? And at first I thought this was a non-named guy, but apparently he was. You can see it, over his head, but he went down pretty quickly. The cultist did as well. So I kind of searched around and to see what was going on, but he has a chest, so I went over to loot it to see what's in it. Well, it gave me this item there at the top, and what that does, it says basically if you hit an earth elemental with it, it will be enslaved or something. And I thought, okay, well, obviously I need to take that, so I took that and stuck it on my hotbar because I figured, okay, well, I'm going into the Temple of Elemental Evil, and obviously there's an earth thing someplace, so that will be useful to have so that I can bend those guys to my will pretty much. And here's a secret door out of the room, and this goes down into the Earth Temple. And at this point I can hear the rocky footfalls of these guys. So I know there's earth elementals somewhere. So there were more trash mobs around this area here. I was just checking out those doors to see what they were.
A belligerent cleric stands atop a stone altar in the center of this chamber. 4 massive earth elementals patrol around the altar.
So this is where the club comes in. You hit the guys, which it's hard for an artificer to use a club for Pete's sake. You hit these guys on the head, and they basically will do your bidding, which is kind of nice. There are 4 of them. So basically once you hit these guys in the head and take them over, you get aggro on the wizard, and he's pretty much a pushover. It's also kind of nice that the earth elementals will help you attack him and stuff. I was hitting my Q button, I could see the key. It's like, where's the key? I can't find the key. Oh, here it is, over here. So I get that, and then the chest, I was like, come on, give me something good, and nope. It's just random junk. So I didn't even bother going over it. Here I'm trying to jump over the edge. Nope, can't do it. Why? Because you've got invisible walls. Thanks a lot. So you're welcome. So then I head back out of that room.
The Earth Temple key begins to quiver and shake. It seems strangely drawn to the south.
So a not too subtle hint that you need to go to the south, where this green barrier is located, which you probably should have already seen anyway. So this green key is going to open up this green door. Makes sense, right? So yeah. So that's pretty much the way this is going to go, is you find the key and go through doors. So cool. That's going to be it for this episode today, because I had recorded a ton of stuff. Like the original episode was about a half an hour long, but without the commentary, why put you through all the silence? So I decided just to chop this up and make a little 15-minute-ish episode. So there's more to come, so check out later on whenever I upload another video about the Temple of Elemental Evil. Until next time, this is Dirty William reminding you to do the dirty work.